Hello, everybody. My name is Sam.
My name is Ryan.
And welcome to another episode of Sam and Ryan's Diary.
Ryan went to the grocery store. He opted for self-checkout because it tends to be faster and more convenient, and he wasn't purchasing anything complicated or that required assistance. The machine kept registering errors and put up the further assistance is required to purchase this item screen, which causes an alert sound to play, a light to flash, and the screen to freeze until a staff member comes to manually scan the item. This happened 6 times. I really, really wish this wasn't true. Click.
But did
Further
you?
assistance needed. Click. Further
Yeah.
assistance needed. This happened 6 times. People started staring, some chuckling. Imagine my embarrassment. And at certain points, pretty much everyone near the registers had noticed how much of a struggle Ryan was having. On the 6th time of needing assistance, a group at the self-checkout next to Ryan leaned over and said, "Hi, Ryan McCartan. Just wanted to say we're big fans," and then left the store. I've had a lot of awkward fan encounters, and I don't know if I can say that's the worst one. I guess I haven't really thought about it, but in terms of recent memory, that was mortifying because I was embarrassed enough as it was.
Yeah.
It's bad enough when everyone notices that something embarrassing is happening to you, but you can kind of intellectualize it as like, whatever, Ryan, you're never going to see these people again. None of them know who you are. But then when they do... And it was almost more offensive that they hit me with the firsty lasty. They literally said, "Hi, Ryan McCartan." Like I was like, "Oh, geez. Like, how about the last 4 digits of my social and my address while you're at it? Like, geez, you're gonna firsty lasty me in front of all these people." It was mortifying.
As you were talking about that, I did think about potentially not that it's a competition, but a potentially worse place to be recognized or acknowledged. I went to the gynecologist recently, and while I cannot say that I was...
Wait. Okay.
Okay. I wasn't technically recognized by my gynecologist, but in a way by my gynecologist's son.
What was he doing there?
No, he wasn't there. Let me tell this story.
Oh my
That's
God.
just how I decided to lean into it.
Bring your child to work day is not appropriate at the gynecologist's office.
No, it is not. I adore my gynecologist. I have seen her for years now. She always gives me a little thumbs up every time I tell her I have my same sexual partner, so we don't have to test for STDs.
Didn't know we were going there, but okay.
Well.
STD safe, both of us. Now you all know that status.
Get tested. Hey, get tested. It's
Unless you've been having sex with the same person for 5 years, in which
then
case
you don't have to. We support safe sex.
It's actually fantastic though, because if I ever do get herpes from you, I'm going to be like, you are cheating on me.
Yeah,
I have the rash to prove it.
Exactly. That's why you get tested for STDs, to see if your partner's been cheating on you or not. I was talking to my gynecologist, and while she was doing her exam, we often talk about work, and she just asks me about my life so that I'm comfortable while metal tubes are being pried and inserted and scraped and all of the things.
I don't even have a vagina, and that was too evocative for me.
Yep. And so we start talking about my work, and I've started working on Dope or Nope more over at Spellbound. I'm the production manager of the channel Dope or Nope now. And she was like, "That sounds really familiar." And we start talking about YouTube, and she was like, "Yeah, my son is a really big fan of, just like YouTube in general." And I was like, "Well, yeah, it's crazy how it's become its own form of entertainment these days." Again, she's like inside of me as we are talking and as we're having this conversation professionally. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's so crazy how the platform has just totally taken over." And she was like, "What was the name again?" And it was like Dope or Nope. And she was like, "Sounds familiar. I'll ask my son if he's seen it." So I leave the appointment, and then I get a phone call from her, but I'm not able to answer it. And then I see that I have a voicemail, and it's a voicemail from her saying, "Hey, so we don't have the results back from the test yet, but I talked to my son, and he is a fan of Dope or Nope."
Mom, Spellbound just released a whole video getting an inside look at all of the new features that they do over at the studio. Isn't that cool? Well, you think you've had an inside look.
Stop.
Okay, there's so much about this that is just like, how do we even begin to unpack? Bold move to call you and leave a voicemail. When you get a voicemail from your doctor, it's bad news for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I frankly was like kind of waiting for that story to be like, hey, so yeah, I just checked with my son. He is a big fan of Dope or Nope, so that's really cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Anyway, call me back. You do have cervical cancer.
Yeah. Anyways, really bad news. No, she was just letting me know because we had talked about it and she had said she was gonna, see if her son knew what the show is. So I didn't feel like she crossed a boundary, but I was just kind of like, this is just interesting.
But so just to get this perfectly clear, she called you with precisely zero medical news.
Absolutely.
It was 100% a personal phone call.
Yeah, I could play it right now, but
hysterical.
I don't want to, out her.
Come on. Doctor-patient confidentiality works both ways.
So yeah, talk about like an embarrassing, strange place to be recognized, like at the gynecologist. So unexpected.
I'm not even going to try to top that, but in terms of an unexpected encounter, I do have one more that was recent. I was just in New York working on a project. It was just like a little week gig, and I was getting dinner with a friend of mine, and it was a cafe with outdoor seating, and so like the seats were basically on the sidewalk. I think we were on 8th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen. This guy walks by, full drag Winifred from Hocus Pocus, like teeth, wig, makeup, heels, garb, the whole nine. I'm a human being. I have to just give a little like, yes, queen, like you nailed the Luke. And so this person, as full Winifred, just comes up to the table. It's like, oh, I'm not going to do the voice. I can't do the voice. But is like in full Winifred character telling us that she's just been at like the premiere and she's met all these celebrities and she was specially asked to come from LA. Like telling this person's real life story, but as Winifred. I was like, oh, this is very funny. And then I expected this conversation to end with like, well, have a good night. And off she goes. Homegirl takes her teeth out and goes, okay, I'm dropping character. Ryan McCartan, I'm a really big fan. I was like, oh, cool. I'm a fan of you now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, homegirl gave me her business card. She's like a fierce drag queen. It was dope. So yeah, I mean, not at all how I was expecting that night to end, but we had a great chat. They like stopped and like chatted with me and my friend for like a decently long time. And then actually this other girl came up and was like, hi, I'm so sorry. Like I'm a fan too. And I was over there and I wasn't brave enough, but like then Winifred, tried it. So I decided to try it too. And she was like, I'm going to like college for musical theater. Like, do you have any advice? I was like, oh my God, absolutely. So then we got to chat. I was like, just like be authentic, like really stay true to yourself and all of the work that you do, like study really hard at school, and if you're lucky enough to like get really big and like develop a fan base, don't ever use self-checkout at the grocery store.